Thank you, Lord, for this time, and I pray, Lord, that this experiment in dance instruction, while not dance,
Yes.
will actually work, and
Yes.
that you would be with all of us as we learn together in Yeshua's name. Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Okay, so this is interesting because I am teaching a dance workshop. And to do that, I have some um, text things and I have some videos. And I also have, um, since there were about over 50 people who had signed up for this, I have no idea what the dance abilities or experiences of people are. So I decided what I was going to do was I was going to first present as if I'm presenting to beginners, but I'm also presenting to people who are dance leaders or dance teachers and some basic rules. And then I was going to show a simple dance, and I was then going to show one of my dances, and I was going to show three dances which range
Would
in
this be able to get it on the iPad?
um, and then I was going to finish up by showing the videos and taking questions and
Uh-huh.
having discussion. First, I'm going to have my assistant mute all, except for me.
You want to share something?
I am going to be sharing, yes, and then put up number 1. Okay, good. So these are my rules for joining Messianic dance circles. And those who have been in dance workshops with me before will absolutely know that I always say, know what direction the dance is going before you jump in. And that is very, very useful for people who are just starting out because they may be hesitant, and they should hesitate until they know the direction of the dance. And this is absolutely important because you're not going to be learning anything if you're bumping into people. So that's my number 1 rule. And then number 2, Helen Wilson was the one who first told me this. A dance step missed is lost forever. Don't even try and go back and get it. So it's sort of like when you're in a band and you're playing along and then you miss a measure. If you try to insert that, it will mess everybody else up. Just forget about it, move on, and go in the direction of the circle. Number 3, people in the congregation will not be looking at your messed up footwork. They will see your upper body. So this is for people who are shy about absolutely not having the right footwork. So we were up to number 3. People in the congregation will not be looking at your messed up footwork. They will see your upper body. Therefore, look like you really want to be there, praising God or worshiping. And also see rule 1. Just know the direction. Number 4, beware of the mirror effect. If you want to watch others' feet, look to the right or left or the backs of the inner circle. Do not look across from you and that's also true of arm movements. Number 5, identify the dance circle leader and follow him or her. And that is very important because the corollary to that is the dance leader is always right, even when he or she is wrong. Actually, you will see an example of this because in one of my videos, I forget to go in when I should have, and everybody follows me because I have trained them well. Number 6, dancing is not just for females. And I think that's self-explanatory. And in fact, in my dance video, there are 6 of us and 2 of them are male. And number 7, most dances in the Israeli and Messianic variety start on the right foot. And this was so important to one particular person who went to a beginner's dance workshop with me, and she said, "Oh, everything is now making sense." That she gave me a CD, which happened to be Sanctuary by Marty Goetz, and this person was Jennifer Goetz. So I always remember to let people know that. Messianic circle dancing is a way to corporately praise and worship God by presenting our whole selves as sacrifice of worship together. At its best, it can release joy and worship among not just participants, but also observers. By becoming familiar with a handful of basic Israeli folk dance steps, participants will find it easier to learn various Messianic dances. And that's one thing I always tell my beginners before we drill some of these, is that it's, in Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music, where she's explaining how to sing, there's the notes, and then when you put them all together, you can make a million different tunes by mixing them up. The same thing is true with Israeli and Messianic dance. So you need to start with a few of the basics, and then there will be a couple more that'll be also thrown in as you advance. So if you're teaching Messianic dance to beginners, drill the basic Israeli folk dance steps. So I will show them the Mayim. I will get them to do the Mayim very slowly, and then we will Mayim and Mayim and Mayim, Mayim 2, 3, 4, Mayim 2, 3, 4, till we are dizzy, and we'll go the other direction. And then when you're teaching an entire dance, a little bit at a time. So for instance, I will be teaching Loa Hati Dai. I will start with, let's do 2 Mayims, 2 Cherkesiyas, and we'll do that for a little while. And then I'll say, now we'll go in and out, and this is how we do in and out. And then we'll do that several times. And then I'll add the side and turn around, and we'll do the whole thing. And then I will usually have them dance this to We Delight in Your Shabbat, because it has 7 verses and it's a lot of repeat. And that's number 3, repeat, repeat, repeat. So any questions about this or observations? And now you can unmute. Please do.
They can unmute themselves.
Yes, you can unmute yourself.
Yes.
Oh, hey. Hi. Okay. I'm going to just put up some basic Messianic dance steps videos. Let's try that. Yes. Okay, so this is dance step Mayim instructions. We're going to demonstrate what in Israeli dance circles is called a Mayim. The reason we call it a Mayim is because we don't want to say you put your right foot in front of your left foot and you step on it, and then you put your left foot and you put it on the side and you step on that, and then you take your right foot behind and step on that, and then you put your left. We don't want to say all that. We say Mayim 2, 3, 4. But as it turns out, you take your right foot in front, step on it left, right behind, left. Look
going to do a set of 4 Mayans. So, my over, side, behind, side, over, side, behind, side, over, side, behind, side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do it to the other direction. But since we usually start with the right foot, we're going to start in an open position. We're going to step on the right, left, over, right, behind, right, left, behind. Just open my hip, open my hip. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that was Mayim, and you will notice that if this had been an actual beginner's class, I would have stopped it and went next to Caleb, who is the young man in the video, and helped him with the open Mayim. But since most of the people were doing it just fine, and I had a limited time for a video, there we went. So I have 3 more videos with basic steps, and then we're going to go into an easy dance. So let's go to the next video. Yes, here we go. Okay, so this is another short video.
Okay, now we will do what is called a Cherkessia. Again, it has a name so that you don't have to sit there and describe it every single time. What it consists of is you take your right foot and you rock on it in front, your left foot back, and right foot back, and left forward. So the left foot doesn't move. And it's called a Cherkessia.
Okay, that was it for the Cherkessia.
Now, yes.
Yeah, here's the turn.
The last thing I'm going to show you is how usually a turn is done in Israeli and Messianic dance. And the turn, we'll start with the right foot and going to the right. What you're going to do is you're not going to be turning around in a circle around yourself. Instead, you're going to be moving in the direction that your turn is. So, right, left, right. That's a 3-step turn. Sometimes you'll step left, and sometimes you'll just touch to keep your left foot free. But let's move in that direction. We'll do a set of 2, so that we don't get too busy. So right, left, left. Right, left, left. Now we can do the same thing going the other direction. So when you turn to your right, you're going over your right shoulder. So you're basically chasing that. When you turn to your left, you're going over your left shoulder, and you're moving to the left. So let's do around to the left. Turn, 2, 3, step. Turn, 2, 3, step. Notice how everybody in the circle moved. So if somebody doesn't move, that person will get bumped into. So that is the secret to turning. Thank you. The next thing we do is called the Yemenite. And that has the beat pattern of right, left, right. Either you hop or just pause. Then left, right, left. Right, left, right. And left, right, left. Because it does not go anywhere, it means that if you just have your feet go in that beat pattern, you're not going to mess up the rest of the dancers. But I'll show you how to do an actual Yemenite. Your right foot is going to go to the right, left, a little bit back, and right in front. and then left behind left, right behind right, left behind left. So when it's with the right foot, it's called a right Yemenite. Left foot, it's called a left Yemenite. So we'll do 4 of them for a set of complete 4. Right, left, right Yemenite, left Yemenite. Right, Yemen, left, and left, Yemen, left. Right, Yemen, left, left, Yemen, left, and right, Yemen, left, and left, Yemen, left.
So for anybody who's new, that should be helpful. And if anybody's not new, I guess that's boring. I would be bored. So I'm going to quickly move on to teaching Loa Haftidai, which is an Israeli dance circle.
Hello, I'm Pamela Blank from Beit Simcha, and with me dancing are people from my own household plus the father of one of the people from my household. So praise
All
God,
these people live with
and
us.
I'm first going to show you how to do a very, very simple dance. It's in the Israeli folk dance category called Loa Haftidai, but we do it to many, many different things. It's what's known as an interchangeable. And I'm going to be walking through this with my group, and what you do if you're not familiar with dancing is you watch the backs of what people are doing. Thank you. It's easiest if we start holding hands, because then we can take people who are not quite sure what they're doing along with us and not have them going off and bumping into people. So we're going to start with 2 Mayans.
I'm obsessed with bumping into people.
3, 4, Mayan, 2, and 2 Chirkasiyas. Chirkasiya, Chirkasiya, again. 9, 2, 3, 4, Mayan, 2, 3, 4, Chirkasiya, Chirkasiya. And then we're going to go in. 1, 2, 3, back, 2, 3, and side, 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 turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, in, out, 2, 3, in. Slide to the right, twice, turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you.
Okay, now we will continue.
Okay. Maya. Chirkasiya. Maya.
Not quite sing.
And then we wait for the sun to come around again. Maya.
Keep going.
Okay, we are going to do that same dance, only we're going to do it to 6/8 time. So when you do that to 6/8 time, it means 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how your footwork will footwork. Remember I had said that dancing is a lot like percussion with the feet, but this dance is very adaptable to many different time signatures. And so I'm going to show you how to do it with a song with 6/8 time. And it's a song of Ezekiel I call Wilbur.
You'll probably stop this at some
We're
point.
going to have strong movement.
Declaring the word of the Lord. I hear the voice of Ezekiel.
Yeah, it's not
Prophesying
synced
to
properly.
these dry bones. Live again,
2, 3.
live again.
1, 2, 3, side.
Those who sleep, those in the grave, live again, live again. Those who sleep, those in the grave, live again.
I'm going to grab myself an adapter. Okay, you can stop this. Okay, hello everybody. Yes, sorry that it got the video is a little bit unsynced, but I was so happy to see somebody dancing to it besides the people on the up there. Any questions or comments on Loa Hafti Dai?
I have one question.
Somebody, yes, good.
Thank you so much. I love how you showed the different timing of the steps for Loa Hafti Dai. One question I have for you is when the music is irregular, meaning that, like, you know, sometimes depending on the musical interpretation, they'll throw in like an extra 4 counts or something like that. Do you recommend just keep repeating the steps, or do you wait for the steps to sync with the music?
I usually like to have the steps sync to the music, so sometimes I will throw in an extra cherkassia or an extra mayim, or even a balanced, like sometimes it's like a half a measure, and you might just sort of go balance, or you just do like what I did in We Delight in Your Shabbat and just wait for the music to come around again. And you know, it's not the worst thing in the world to just have everybody stop for a measure. That's what I think. I happen to like it when the music and the dance actually sync, and you can have the dance then really express something from the song. So now I'm going to show, we were going to be having at the workshop, at the workshop, if we had actually had ourselves a conference at Turf Valley, we were going to have Sue and Brian, Sue Samuel and Brian, her husband, and so I was going to teach a dance that we do to a song of hers that we do a lot in our congregation. And that will show you a little bit of how I like to match movements to music. And it's also a fairly simple dance, but interesting, I think. And if you know these dance steps, you should be able to follow it. But go ahead.
Can you see it now? Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go.
Okay, we're going to be now walking through a dance that I put together for a Sue Samuel song called Enemy Scatter, which has really been one of our theme songs here at Beit Simcha. And this is what I call a followable dance, which means that if you know all of the other steps, the little steps, you should be able to follow along with it. So, what it starts with is we're going to walk 3 and then brush our left foot, and walk 3 and brush our right foot, and do 2 open Mayans. So let's go. Right, left, right, brush, left, right, left, brush, open Mayan. Mayan, 2, 3, 4. Mayan, 2, 3, 4. Then side, side, turn right. Right, 2, 3, touch. Left side, right side, turn left, 2, 3, touch. That is part 1. That's we do that twice through for all the verses. Then, when it says, arise, arise, O Lord, we're going to go in. Right, 2, 3, left, 2, 3, and do 2 cherkasiyas. But with the cherkasiyas, it says enemy scatter. So since I choreographed it, I wanted to have some scattering. So the cherkasiyas will be enemy scatter, enemy scatter, and 2 Mayan, Mayan, 2, 3, enemy scatter. Actually, it's flee from before you. And then arise. There's only one other part of the dance. That is for what is the bridge. We will see the victory, Hine El Yeshuati, which means here is the God of my salvation. So it'll be a Mayan, Mayan, 2, 3, 4, turn, go right into a turn, and over, back, side, over, back, cherkasiya, cherkasiya. Mayan, Mayan, 2, 3, turn, 2, 3, over, side, cherkasiya. That's 3 times. And that is the entire dance.
Okay, now I'm going to show the dance.
Right, left brush, Mayan.
Lead us, we pray.
Then right touch, left touch.
Please, light up the way.
Right,
We need your presence.
brush, Mayan.
We need your knowing.
Right touch, left
We
touch.
need your vision on this place we're going.
Turn.
Arise, arise, O Lord,
Back.
and let
Cherkasiyas.
your enemies scatter, and those who hate you, Lord, may they just flee from before you, flee from before you. Arise. That's all we need.
Right, right. Left,
You are good indeed.
and right.
We need your presence.
Minor.
We need your anointing. We need your vision of this place we're going.
Turn left.
Arise, arise, O Lord, and let your enemies scatter, and those who hate you, Lord, may they just flee from before you, flee from before you. We will see the victory.
Side, back.
Ine el Yeshua T.
Fire.
We will see the victory. Ine el Yeshua T.
Maya.
We will see the victory. Ine el Yeshua T.
Yeah.
Arise, arise, O Lord, and let your enemies scatter, enemies scatter. Who hate you, Lord, may they just flee from before you, flee from before you. Arise, arise, O Lord, and let your enemies scatter, and those who hate you, Lord, may they just flee from before you, flee from before you.
Now for the ending, we're going to do the minor.
Okay, so that was Arise, O Lord, and that was any questions about that? I will say that when I was walking through it, I did not throw the ending. I did not walk through the ending, and instead of actually just repeating the chorus ad infinitum, since they're not talking about enemies scatter, I just decided to go in and out and do 2 mayans, and then go in and out, do 2 mayans. And everybody followed me perfectly, which was a very nice thing for my dance team.
They followed the leader.
They followed the leader. Yes, I had them trained.
Rabbis love this.
Any questions or chats? Because I cannot see the chats. I had one other set of 3 dances to teach, and this is all in one. And these are dances that were on Paul Wilbur's Arise Jerusalem album, his medley that goes Let God Arise, It Is Good, and Roni. And so one of my big influences was Beth Yeshua, especially Helen Weiner Wilson, who is a very gifted choreographer and also has been doing this for a long time. She actually choreographed the dance Roni back in the 70s, and she was the original person who choreographed it. So I am trying to follow her in my my teaching. It is good. I first saw that dance being done in Beth Yeshua in the 80s to a song called He Put Laughter Into My Soul, which is by Johanna Chernoff. And then when It Is Good came around, they adapted it to It Is Good, and it soon became the It Is Good dance because It Is Good is a better song than He Put Laughter Into My Soul. And then for Let God Arise, that was a more recent, in the 90s, Helen Wilson choreography. So those are the three choreographies that I was going to show. And these are all originals. They may be, there are different ways of doing, and I realize this, that the It Is Good dance, and there are different ways of doing the Roni dance. The Roni dance, that is a little bit harder to reconcile because some people go in different directions. And it's just useful to be able to know what direction the dance leader you're following is going and be able to adapt to that. And the It Is Good dance can also go in different directions and also has a few variations. But most of them, if you're aware of it, you'd be able to fudge through, and it's not really a problem.
We have questions.
A question.
Do you have any suggestions for modified dances that normally have contact?
Pam.
Age of social media?
Pamela?
Oh, modifying dances that have contact. Actually, when I'm showing you the Let God Arise, that's actually choreographed with holding hands, and I'm doing that not holding hands. The same is true with Roni. First part is holding hands, and I'm doing it without holding hands, or maybe I am. I forget how I did it. Modifying other than holding hands and so on, you can try and make circles really large and not hold hands. That should work, but only if people know what they're doing and don't bump into each other. And I guess I'm sounding very obsessive about that. But that's like my number one thing. Is there any other? I'm seeing Deb Lundgren. Did you have something to say? Or are you just
That
on
was
my screen
actually
for some reason?
mine. That was actually my question, because some of us live in states that are, who knows when we're ever going to get go-aheads for certain things, and also just the reality of New York City being now not only a train ride but a bus ride away every day for the people who live in our neighborhoods.
That's true. The other thing, as I showed you my video, we are all people who live in the same house, except for one who is the father of one of the people in our house. So we're actually already in pretty close contact. So that was the other thing, is you can have husbands and wives and children of one family dance all together, and they can do that.
Please explain that we have a house where we try to have community.
Yes, we have a community house with 10 people. Okay.
All right, comes in handy for doing worship service. All right, do you want to explain how they can get access to the material?
This was great in spite of the challenge of the format, Pamela. It was really good. And sadly, I'm hoping it's available for those who missed this.
Dietary restrictions are generally the soup is
Yes.
I have a question. Thank you for doing this. I'm actually able to follow you and practice at home. I've always had problems if you're doing the Ronnie. It's always hard for me to brush the food in place and sort of hop. Is that something you're doing today?
Keep in mind, I can't hear anything.
Yes, there is some. I am brushing the foot and hopping. You know, my philosophy of dance is that do what you can, as long as you're that part with the brush hop. It's a step that's not going anywhere. So if you find that difficult, just find yourself a workaround. Another thing about Roni is she is. When I was talking to her a couple of years ago, she said, "Oh, when you're going to the right there, you're supposed to leap." And I said, "Oh my goodness, this was when I was like 50 pounds heavier." And I said, "Well, I'm not leaping. I'm just, sliding to the side. I'm just not doing that." And she said, "Oh, okay, that's fine." But now I'm leaping. So praise God.
I'm not.
Okay.
You want to tell them how to access?
Okay, how to access all this. My husband said I should first, before showing you the last video,
if they want to.
tell you how to access this. Okay, you know what? I have sheets for all the dance, for dance instructions. If you want those, you can message me, text me, and
Can you send them back? You need to email them to them.
yes, I need to email them, but I don't check my emails as much as I do my text messages. Text me at 484-201-4811. Meanwhile, this whole thing is being recorded, and I think it might be available on the Tikkun website, or maybe from Tikkun somehow. That's what I think.
What do you want to do now?
I'm going to show them the last video. Okay, this is the last dance video.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you Let God Arise. It's choreographed by Helen Weiner Wilson of Beth Yeshua. And this is how it's done. For the chorus, we'll hop in, let God, hop out, and we'll slide right twice. Arise, let God, rise, slide, let God,
Yeah, this is the longest video.
slide, let God, rise. Okay, and the last slide, you're going to have your left foot ready when it plants. It's going to lead us off in the left direction, called clockwise around the circle. And we're going to do a Mayim and right, hop on your right, and left, hop on your left. Let the enemies be scattered. Sorry, let's do that again. I forgot the hops. But let the enemies be hop, hop. Let the righteous be hop, hop. Okay, you do that twice. Then you hop in and walk backwards out. Yes, let them rejoice in gladness. Let's do that again. Yes, let them rejoice in gladness. And then you're going to do one Mayim. God has triumphed. Then over, back, side, over, back, and sway, sway. Okay? Let's try that one more time. Good idea. The chorus is actually pretty simple, but we'll try the verse one more time. But Maya, hop in, back out, 2, 3, 4, Maya, 2, 3, 4, over and over, back and sway, sway, hop, hop, out, up inside, and hop, in and out, inside, inside. All right? All right? Okay, then we're going to do another song. We're going to do It Is Good. This can be done either going to the right counterclockwise or to the left clockwise. Since the way it's done at Beth Yeshua is left clockwise, that's what I will do. This dance was actually I first saw it to a song called You Put Laughter Into My Soul, which was popular at Beth Yeshua before It Is Good became popular. But then It Is Good came along, and so now everybody thinks of it as the It Is Good song. So I'm going to show you how they do it at Beth Yeshua, and I'm going to show you a couple of variations which don't make a lot of difference, but it's good to be aware of. Because different things are done by different people at different places. And that's part of the beauty of Messianic dance. Okay, you're going to face to your left. You're going to have 4 running steps and 1 cherkassia. And while you have these 4 steps, you clap. So, 1, 2, 3, cherkas. Again. 1, 2, 3, cherkassia. And here's where some people do a kibbutz step here, but
write down my
I first
chat.
learned it with
Chat,
Yemenite.
write down my phone number.
All right, Yemenite, left, Yemenite, and out, and in. Good. Okay, let's do that from the top. 1, 2, 3, cherkassia, and 1, 2, 3, cherkassia, Yemenite, right, Yemenite, left, out, and back. Good. Okay, last dance I am going to show you is Roni. For that, we will hold hands. Other places do not hold hands, but we will hold hands. This dance was choreographed again by Helen Weiner Wilson. This is the original choreography. Might have a slight variation, but this will go in the right direction. Other people do things that go in different directions. God bless them. So, Roni, you start with hopping. Right hop, left hop, walk, 2, 3, 4. Right hop, left hop, 1, 2, 3, come back. So that is the point where you change your direction. So your right foot will go forward and then left will come back. So let's do that part again. Right hop, left hop, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right hop, left hop, right, left, right, come back. Then you're going to turn. 2, 3, cross from side to side, turn. Right, 2, 3, cross from side to side. That is the entire, that goes twice, that's the entire chorus. Okay, now, first, to start the verse, I'm going to show the back of my back of me, and you can show the back of you if you wish. You're going to have your arms sort of go up like that. Your weight is on your left foot, and you're going to sort of hop on it while your right comes like that. So your right is going to come like that and back to right, hop, left, hop. Now that's going to go inside the circle. Let's get ourselves turned around. So I can show you how this is with respect to the circle. Brush, hop, back to right, hop, left, hop. So you're going to sort of hop into the center of the circle when you do this. So this is a brush, hop, back to right, hop, left, hop. And you know that your right foot is free, so you're going to do Yemenite right and Yemenite left, and it's going to sort of go backwards, but not totally backwards. It's right, Yemenite, left, Yemenite. You're just going to use those steps to get yourself back to where the circle line is. Let's do that again. Brush, hop, back to right, hop, left, hop, right, Yemenite, left, Yemenite. Let's do that one more time. Brush, hop, back to right, hop, left, hop, right, Yemenite, left, Yemenite. Now your right foot is free. What Helen does, which I did not do until I lost a bit of weight, is she wants you to sort of leap. Meanwhile, your left arm is coming out, beckoning you to go in the right direction. So leap. And then you come back, your right foot has the weight, left. And then now your left foot has the weight, and you do this again. Left. For those who do not wish to leap, you can just slide yourself that way. As long as you don't bump into anybody. Okay, and that is the entire verse. Let's do the entire verse. Brush, hop, right, left, right, hop, in, and right, Yemenite, sort of, and to the right, left, to the right, Okay, and that all goes together in one nice medley by Paul Wilbur. Good hopping.
This is by far my longest video.
Hop. Hop in. Walk out. Fire. top. Good night. Brush up. Great. Up, really nice.
Messianic aerobics.
Exactly.
Okay. Did somebody put my phone number down? My husband had to finish. Oh, 484-201-4811. And any last minute questions? I'm here for a while. Thank you, everyone.